Right, excellent, ladies and gentlemen, all nice and comfortable. Now, the itinerary for today is we're going to start off with this little talk, and this will explain the weapons and equipment that the soldiers used throughout World War II. And this is from every side. We've got the Germans in our association, we've got Americans, we've got Russians, right through to Brits. We've got the full range of soldiers that took part in World War II. And we're a group called the Northern World War II Association, and we've been going about 6-7 years. We've got about 300 members in our group at the present, and we do about 10 big battle reenactments all around the country every year. And we're sponsored by councils, and we work with English Heritage. And interesting enough, just last week we were taking part in a film as well. So it's a very interesting hobby, and if you enjoy what you see this weekend, do ask any of the reenactors how you can perhaps take part and join. We're always looking for new recruits who enjoy World War II and the 1940s experience. So, we'll begin the talk, and we're going to have a look at some Germans, but before we bring on some of our German troops, the main battle this afternoon is at 3 o'clock, and that lasts about half an hour, 40 minutes. And after we've done this talk, you can take your chairs and then put your chairs back over there if you haven't been to Fort Paull before, and we watch the battle from near the aircraft, near that big aircraft, the Beverly, and the battle takes place through the living history camps, and it finishes right in front of the audience over there. We have some pyros, and we have our experienced special effects team, and they've been setting up pyros on this bank there. And do not enter that area. We've got red flags just to your left there. That means there are live pyros in that area, and certainly we don't want anybody going in there, so do stay away from that area. And we've got some pyros that are planted in the middle of the battlefield to enhance the battle reenactment later on. So that's at 3 o'clock. But we're going to get straight in with the talk, and we're going to bring some of our Germans on. Now, if we have the Germans on there, Oberleutnant. Have some German troops on, please. Now, these are regular German infantry, and these are called the Wehrmacht. Very, very different from the soldiers of the SS. The Wehrmacht were the German army troops, the bulk of the German army. And this is really as best as it got for the German troops. This is about the best equipment that was given to them. And they're dressed in a pattern of tunic called the M36 tunic. And the M36 tunic is identified by its green collars and green epaulets, and the soldier on the end has one of these, and it has a nice quality of wool to it and very, very well made. As the war went on, the jackets changed due to the production problems in the factories, and we went to an M40 jacket, which actually cut down on the types of material. There was less pleats in the jacket. There was more buttons in it as well, because they wouldn't button up as well as the M36 jacket. And then as the war went on, he actually went to an M44 jacket, which was copied off the British Blouson jacket, which cut down material again. So the German uniform changed as the war went on, but we see the majority of the soldiers kitted out how they would have been in perhaps about 1941, 1942. Most of them are wearing the very expensive jack boots, or marching boots given their proper name, all leather, and again very, very expensive to produce. Later on, as the war went on, they got rid of the jack boots and actually went to gaiters and boots, which was copied directly from the Allies, and again just to cut costs all the time. The webbing is the typical and sort of iconic Y straps that the German soldiers used to wear, and on the front of the belt are the ammunition pouches. And if the German soldier is using the regular rifle, which is the K98 Mauser, they will have 6 pouches on the front, and in each pouch was 10 rounds of ammunition. So if I'm getting my maths right, every soldier went to battle, and the assault with 60 rounds of ammunition. If you were carrying an MP, which is a machine pistol, and this soldier here, he would be with the machine pistol pouches, which are slightly different. If you turn around, please, soldiers. On the back, different types of equipment. You see what they call the Y straps. It makes that sort of classic Y down the back. And on the back of the soldiers there, they have a round tin. In this round tin was carried the gas mask, and it was an offence not to carry the gas mask or actually to lose it. But as the war went on, the German soldiers found that there was no real threat of any gas attack at all. So what the German soldiers used to do is actually get rid of the gas mask in there and just carry the tin. It was a very, very useful container because in that tin you could put sandwiches, bread and cheese. It was airtight and it kept all this contents nice and fresh inside. And quite often you can see photographs of dead German soldiers where the Russians or the Allies have opened up the tin to actually have a look inside to see if there's any food in there. Also on the back of the soldiers they carry a bread bag. Soldiers have to live off the land, and that means really collect any food they can as they're going through the Russian or French villages and have a look and use to collect as much food as they can and keep it in the bread bags, and that's that cloth bag there. On the side of this soldier is his mess tins, and he would use that for cooking and preparing his food. Also, we've got a bayonet on the side there, now we're fitting to a rifle onto a K98 rifle.
Right,
okay, turn to the front again, soldiers, please. Now these are soldiers from the Gross Deutschland Regiment, and the Gross Deutschland Regiment was the elite Wehrmacht regiment, and it was actually given a cuff title by Adolf Hitler to commemorate that and to recognise this. And these soldiers fought on the Eastern Front all the time. 80% of the German army fought on the Eastern Front. Really, if it wasn't for the Russians fighting the Germans, it would maybe have turned out.
I'm a very modern German soldier.
80% of the German army fought on the Eastern Front, and up to 80% of the German casualties were on the Eastern Front as well. So the Gross Deutschland Regiment, or Greater Germany, they fought on the Eastern Front, and they wear their cuff title on the right. SS troops always wear the cuff title on the left. These are definitely not SS troops, they're Wehrmacht troops, and that actually says Greater Germany. And it's in a sort of writing that was quite fashionable in Germany before the war. It's called Sutherland script, and today you'll go to Germany and German speakers will not even recognise that as a type of writing because it's out of fashion in Germany. But it means Greater Germany, and of course that was that. All the soldiers that invaded the Soviet Union on the first attack. Adolf Hitler awarded the soldiers this Russian Winter Medal, given its proper name, and this is the medal that we see here. The German soldiers had a nickname for it, and they called it the Frozen Meat Medal. So if you awarded the Frozen Meat Medal, it means you were taking part in the first assault against Moscow. Any more medals there? We have a few assault badges. You've got any medals, soldier? You need to get a bit braver, sir. This soldier on the end here, he has a medal. This is an assault badge. German soldiers are very fond of medals, and this means you would have taken part in 15 assaults against the enemy. And they were awarded this bronze assault badge, and this soldier's got this as well. So you can have a look at the German soldiers, and they do pick up all different types of medals. Now, we're going to be in a position to fire some of these. We'll talk about the helmets from Stellheim, just a classic shape. This soldier here, he's got a camouflage top on his helmet just to break it up, and he's wearing the summer uniform which is made out of denim. It's called HPT, and that was very, very popular with the German troops as well, especially when they were fighting in the heat of the steppe in the Soviet Union. Right, under officer, are we ready to fire any of these weapons, sir? Okay, the Oberleutnant. Now, the officer in charge of these German soldiers there, he's a rank of a lieutenant, or if you're American, a lieutenant. He's a lieutenant, and he's going to be firing some of these weapons. Now the weapons we're going to fire are the K98, and this is the standard rifle of the German soldier, and this has a 5-round magazine and would fire a bullet accurately to well over 800 metres, but it would fire a bullet well to 2,000 metres, but you'll be very, very lucky to hit anybody at that range. Very, very effective, robust weapon indeed, and that was used throughout the war. All these are original weapons and were captured on the Eastern Front in the hundreds of thousands, and these collectors collect them, and then they look after them, and then we use them in our battle reenactment. Other weapons there we're going to look at is the MP40, you've probably heard of that one, and a very late war type of machine gun, that's an MP3008, and this was based very much heavily on the British Sten. So we're going to be in a position to fire a lot of these weapons, so if you get your men organised, sir. And all these orders will be done in German of course. And we're going to fire those 2 weapons, so if we just move off there, please, lads. Now, if you are a bit nervous, or if you've got young children with you, or pets or whatever, now's the time to leave, because these weapons are real weapons and they are quite loud as well. Now these are quite well-trained troops, and they'll all be done in German as well, so I'm going to be quiet for a bit and we'll listen to the orders that's given by the officer, and just to warn you, it is quite loud, so see how they get on in your own time, sir.
Wat is een afbaring? Uit! Wat is een afbaring? Uit! Zwei! Einfronen! Feuer! Nachladen! Wat is een afbaring? Uit! Einfronen! Feuer! Nachladen!
That makes the camera jump, doesn't it?
What is an afbaring? Uit! Firefly!
But then when you like that,
Nachladen! You get a
Round of applause, fantastic display. And it sort of gives a bit of atmosphere where the battle's going to be like later on this afternoon, with 10, 20, 30 times as many weapons firing and ammunition, the noise and the confusion, and that's later on at 3 o'clock this afternoon. Now, you are with the soldiers here, in position to fire any of these weapons, sir? Okay, bring yourselves on.